gonna walk you guys through a morning in my life of how to prepare for a situation that could be intense, could be life-changing, could be life-changing, intense. It's maybe giving you a little bit of the nerves and you want a certain outcome, and this is how we can prepare. All we have in life really is our intention and our choice of how we respond. And so our intention is the most powerful thing. It's how we co-create. And you get to choose. You have your free will. And so by choosing what you want, you set things in motion. And then the only thing that would change that motion is then your beliefs after, because your beliefs are also subtly choosing. And so if we can have our complete faith in the oneness that we all are, the knowing of the oneness, the one consciousness that we all are, and we use our free will to choose in a state that is in-centered, like being centered. And in the book, The Law of One, it talks about having especially the bottom three chakras in perfect harmony and rotation. If we're in those three things, then we can really have powerful results. And what are results? Results are just an illusion. It's all just an illusion here. But results would be having a desired outcome become your perceived reality based off of what you're choosing. And so I hope that makes sense. And so if you watched my video yesterday, if you've been watching my videos, you know a bit about my perceived reality and my wonderful human lessons that I get to learn. We always have our wonderful human lessons that we get to learn. Unless you're Arlo, then you just get to eat sticks all day long and complain because you're bored and you want more fun. More and more and more. He's the light of my world. He is the best dog ever. He is so playful and just always loving and always happy and always accepting of everyone, even like dogs that have attacked him. He's just like, do you want to be friends now? He's just incredible. And so I'm trying to get comfortable here. If you've been watching, you know the farm drama, you know the situation with these girls, one specifically, you know that I am to have another discussion with one of them and try to get to the root of what's going on and, you know, make the truth come to the surface so that we can move forward and hopefully, Arlo, stay here, come here, come, hopefully change the current way of operating within the core team here on the farm so that we can all just live in peace and enjoy our life here in Italy on this beautiful, beautiful piece of land and with all these animals and everything. And so that talk is today. And I've been kind of moving through, just not even like focusing on what I'll say, because I know that that will come out in the perfect way with intention, just as these videos always do. And so before going into it, like right now, we can do it together. I'll set my intention, which would look like, in my complete knowingness in the oneness that we all are, I choose with my free will that this talk happens in the way that is for the highest good. I choose that the highest truth comes through me. I give my angels and guides permission to speak through me in the highest truth for the best outcome for all people involved for their highest good. I choose that, you know, the outcome of this talk produces peace on the farm and happiness and respect and an enjoyable way of living for us all. And I choose to let go of attachment to how the talk will go, how the outcome will be. I choose to let go of attachment of what has happened in the past. I choose to see through the lens of God. I choose to see through the lens of Source. I choose that I am centered throughout the entire talk. I choose that I am in my soul sovereignty. I choose that my essence cannot be influenced at all in this talk and moving forward, I choose that I speak with love, and I speak with clarity, and I speak with acceptance, but that I hold myself strong. I choose that I know my boundaries, and I stay clear with my boundaries, and I stay clear with what I need and communicate what I need in a way that will be received. Hopefully this wind is not too loud. So thank you, and so it is. I let go, I surrender, and I allow this to be exactly that it's meant to. I ask my angels and guides to step in any way possible. I give them permission to step in any way possible. That is for my highest good. That is for the highest good of all, so that we can all feel safe and heard and healed. Thank you, and so it is. So, I let go of everything else. I will walk into that meeting with 2 mediators and know that the best outcome will come from it. And I think it's important too, is like not holding on to like, well, you did this at that time and you did this at this time. It's more just like with the intention and holding space for the truth to come through, whatever that is, and however, it might be. And because I've done a lot of work, like the work, and I also coach people on doing the work, I feel very confident that I can ask the right questions and that I can, navigate this in the right direction so that this person can, see things clearly, perhaps. I think that it's a different experience for sure than coaching or anything else, really, because like while there's projection at you that has nothing to do with you, and you're trying to navigate this and trying to stay in your soul sovereignty, it is like the next level of evolution. It's like the universe is like, how far are you in your soul journey? Can you accomplish this level? And it will be what it's meant to be. And I also do feel very confident that I, even in the last one that we had with like when she was screaming and everything, I could see clearly like the things that she was saying were not about me, and I could like know that this just had to come out in the way that it was. And so I think now again we'll just do this, but maybe in a more controlled environment. And again, the part of choosing to stay in your soul sovereignty allows you to not be influenced by the outside world. And this can go for, in you and your job. This can go for you in your romantic relationship, in your friendships, in your family relationships. This might be helpful doing like before the holidays, before Christmas, before Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. If you're going home and like family time can be intense because they're like, what are you doing with your life? Why are you not doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you living here? Why are you not doing that? Why don't I see you enough? Whatever, all the things. And all of that, at the bottom of it all, at the root of it all, is always love. That is the truth of what we are, right? We are just unconditional love, infinite abundance. And so it is. But somewhere along the way up to the final destination of this projection, it gets twisted and turned, and all these like fears and anxieties and abandonments and all these things get tied up in it. And what they're really saying is, I love you. But what they might be saying is, fuck you, you fucking bitch. So all I choose to hear is, I love you. And I'll work on that, and I will hold that, and I will hold myself accountable for holding love and acceptance. And of course, there might be, moments in this conversation where I'm not in that, where I, slip and say like, you hurt me. But that's not really my job in this, because I don't really feel that would even be received. And I think that's why I had to say, like, I choose to communicate in a way that it's received. Because sometimes, if you're like talking with a narcissist, the way to really, I guess, like win that conversation is to say, you're right. Not because you think that they're right, but because, and I'm not saying that this person is a narcissist, that's a whole other topic, but I'm just saying in general, you would say I'm right, you're right, because if the goal is peace, like you want peace in your life and peace in the dynamic, and usually just the goal is peace, right? Then that is how that person receives communication best. Because if you say, I'm right, you're wrong, you hurt me, then they're gonna go, you hurt me by me hurting you. And then it's just this little spiral again. And so you have to communicate in a way that is going to be received. It's the same thing as love languages, right? Someone might, not give a shit about about acts of service. They don't care if you make them coffee in the morning, but they want a blueberry muffin delivered to their desk to know that they are loved. And so even though those are very similar, the acts are different than receiving a gift. And so we have to consider that as well. And we don't even have to consider that because that's in the mind. And so we can do our intention. We can set our intention, and then, like I was saying yesterday, just give up. Just give up. Just let go. Just don't worry about the rest. If you are clear on your intention, and your intention is, like in this case, I want peace. I want to not have to worry about this person always talking poorly about me, talking poorly about my worth and my value, and not that that matters, but because then she does that to the owner and she does that to other people, especially new people, and then I'm in this position of like, okay, always like dealing with all these different perceptions based off of her initial opinion with new people, or just dealing with like me rescuing a horse that is now her horse, and so it's like, how could you not see that there's value here? But that is all rooted in my own stuff. And so, but really I just want to live in peace. I'd rather there just be no talking about me. Like if that's what it has to be, then fine. But my intention is peace. My intention is to just be, and to just be able to thrive, and to be able to shine my light without it like triggering people and making this fire grow bigger. And so we'll see how this conversation goes. I hope you found yourself a little bit in this conversation. I hope you found some pieces of value to your own human experience, whether it was in the past and it validates then, or it's something you're going through now, or maybe it can support you in the future. And that's always my intention with these videos, is to bring value to you on your human journey. And it's why I started showing up here, because 10 years ago when I was really sick and I had no answers, and I was dealing with severe acne and all these symptoms that were related to so many different things, but a lot to Lyme disease and mold illness and trauma, seeing people online, whether it was just vloggers who were showing their healthy lifestyle, or travel, or people who were talking about this stuff, like specifically talking about all this stuff, they changed my life. And so I was like, that's internally, my soul is like, joy and curiosity, spark, 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 spark. You're meant to be on YouTube one day, and it will fulfill you. And it does fulfill me being here, and I love being here, and I love reading all your comments. I love having my programs. I love coaching with you guys and talking with you guys one-on-one, and it's just like the best timeline ever. And I also really love living here on this farm. I love having all these rescue horses and all these animals living in my van now. I love having a van. I love being in Europe. I love, there's so much wonderful. I love all the plans that I have. I love thinking about going to Norway in the summer. I love thinking about going to Ireland in the spring. I love looking at tickets to Australia, New Zealand. I love considering moving to New Zealand. I love considering sailing the world. I love that I get to have this timeline. And so this little conversation is just like a little speck in the grand scheme of life. And so your hardships are just a little speck in all the wonderful things that you are experiencing, that you get to experience. But this little speck, depending how you move through it, will change your life for the better. And even if it sets you back to a place where you have to learn more lessons, that still is for the better. So let's hope that the wind did not make this all not nice sounding. If you want to sign up for one of my programs, I have 21 days to rewire your mind, all about rewiring your mind, healing your nervous system, and stepping into your chosen timeline. I have 21 days to know your divine guidance, all about learning the language of your angels and guides so that you can have divine support through all times of life. Oh, the wind. we also have decondition starting on January 1st, which you can go read about because it's getting super windy, but I invite you to all of that or to one-on-ones with me. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here, leave a comment if you feel called to do so. If you don't know what to say, you can say, I don't even want to say good luck, because I don't need good luck, but just tell me you're here. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. This is the story of Liam and why we're starting this fundraiser to bring him home. We want to bring Liam to our animal sanctuary and rescue here in Italy because he's a special pony, and he has had a history of a lot of trauma and a lot of abuse, and not many people understand him or will ever have the time to understand him, but there's something about him that's actually really special. Liam was sold to the farm owner and founder that we have here on our farm in Italy as something that he wasn't. He was sold as a horse that had no negative history of trauma or abuse, and he's actually covered in scars all over his body from a barbed whip that was used on him. He is terrified of humans. You can see it in his eyes when people come to touch him, but he's learning to tolerate through many, many years of slow introduction to different things and different ways of affection. And so if people have the patience with him, he can be a really wonderful addition to the farm, but he's not like your normal horse. And so recently we've been faced with the situation of him needing to come back to Italy, or come to Italy for the first time, because he can't be boarded at the place that he's in the UK anymore, and no one else will take him. And the options were really to either euthanize him or to bring him here. This was the first time that he had a saddle on with a rider sitting on him. He actually cannot be ridden, but this was a huge moment because he actually trusted it for the short time that she sat on him. So a big win for learning to trust, but we're never going to put him through that. We just want him to come here so that he can live out his life in peace and not have to worry about getting moved around a bunch or whatever would have happened if we tried to find another route. So we want to keep him alive. We want to give him a long, healthy life. We want to give him the love that he needs. And that's why we're raising the money to bring him here. And unfortunately, horse transportation is quite expensive. And so we have been trying to raise the $4,000 needed to bring him here. He's actually en route because we had a friend front the money, but it was just a front and we really want to pay him back. So all of your donations are so appreciated. And thank you so much for your support. And we can't wait to show you Liam's journey of living here in Italy with us. And I want to tell you more about our other horses that we're rescuing, which are 8 horses from Bulgaria. And so I'll tell you their story right now. These 8 horses come from the Foundation Life, which stands for Lucy Irvine Foundation Europe. They are all rescue horses, and Lucy has recently been facing health challenges with cancer, and so our sanctuary here in Italy has offered to take these horses off of her hands and to give them a forever home. This is Star. She was rescued from going to gypsies and working at age under 1 year old, so now she gets to grow up properly. 4 of the other horses that we're rescuing had a past of being raised for Christmas meat, where they were locked away in a stall with no light, and when they were found, they had severe muscle damage. One of them actually is unable to be ridden for the rest of his life, but he makes a great companion to his sister friend. 2 others were sick with tick-borne illnesses to the point where their organs were shutting down, and Lucy was able to nurse them back to health with a lot of dedication and care. One is a stallion who was beat so hard every time he would act just a little bit like a stallion, and now he has a pretty serious fear of men because of that history. Our animal rescue and sanctuary is completely committed to supporting these animals based off of their histories and their triggers and their traumas and their health conditions. And it's our purpose and mission to give them their longest, healthiest life possible here at their forever home. So thank you so much for your support, for your donations to help bring Liam and these 8 horses from Bulgaria here to Italy. The cost of this transportation will be 7,500 euros. And so it is quite expensive for us, especially because we are paying off debts like our hay bill and our electrician and our vet. And so all the extra money from the donation will go to those funds as well. So we thank you from the bottom of our heart for your support to helping us save these animals, give them a home, and to funding the care and the needs of them as well. So we really appreciate you. The link is below to the fundraiser where you can donate.